What's up, guys? It's Casey Zillman, aka the Fourth Sanderson sister, coming at you with another Hocus Pocus Book of Recipes video. In today's video, we're going to make Pretty Black Spider Meatballs. Spiders. I said that wrong. It's Pretty Black Meatball Spiders, not Pretty Black Spider Meatballs. I think I might be slightly dyslexic sometimes. Anyway, we're making meatballs. Thing about this, when it comes to recipes that are for Italians, I have my own recipes that I swear by. So we're going to do a little taste-off today. And I have a non-biased party down here. Mr. Muggs is going to be my quality control today. You can see his butt wagging. I'm going to do some of these. I'm going to do half the recipe from the book, half my recipe. Because I really like my recipe. I swear by it. So we're going to start with the one from the official cookbook. I'll show you the reference to the scene in Hocus Pocus that this is referring to.
Witch hunters, observe, they wear black robes and carry axes to chop the wood to burn us.
Hold me.
What a pretty spider.
For the book's recipe, you will need Italian sausage, you will need shallot, food coloring of the black variety, which I don't have. I have blue, I have green, I have everything but black, so we're not using that. And you need also tahini, which I also don't have. I don't know how much that's going to change it, but I'm going to do my best. I don't have tahini. And then you need, of course, your W sauce. Worcestershire sauce. It's easier to say W sauce, or I say Worcestershire. I can say it like that, but I don't know how, there's some people who are like, Worcestershire sauce. And just like, I don't know. W sauce! And that's it for that. For my recipe, and I'll give it to you again. For my recipe, you need ground beef, you need Italian sausage, you need shallot or onion. I usually just use onion, but since I'm cutting up shallot for the one, I'll cut up shallot for that too. You need your W sauce, you need breadcrumbs, you need garlic, you need Pecorino Romano or Parmesan cheese. You need some form of Italian cheese. So that's what you need for my meatball recipe. And then the thing we're going to use for both is there's a dipping sauce that goes with it. And for that you need some Dijon mustard. You need some hot sauce. You need some honey. I'm substituting molasses because I don't have any honey. And you need rice noodles for the legs. They need to be of the fried variety. All right, and you also need some apple cider vinegar. So, that will make your dipping sauce for the meatballs. Oh, and for my meatballs, you also need eggs. For my meatballs, you need eggs. So, we're gonna have a little taste off. I'm gonna see which one we like better. Etc., etc. So the first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and do our shallot. We need to cut off the non-hairy end. I'm sure whoever made this up is also possibly of the Italian descent, because when you include meatballs, it's like, this is the recipe I have grown up on my whole life, and it is the one I will swear by until the day I die. So, yeah. So I imagine the authors of this cookbook are probably like, all right, let's see. What you got, tough girl? What you got, tough girl? All right, I'm going to do half because, I mean, it only calls for 2 tablespoons of minced shallot. And do we remember how we hold our knife? Fingers tucked. And then to cut for a mince, you go to the back, not through the back. Remember, all of my jargon comes from Chef Ann Burrell on Worst Cooks in America. To the back, not through the back. And don't cut your finger off. And then you go right in the middle Go right in that middle. And then dice. It wants minced. Mine are going to come out diced. I'm trying to go as small as humanly possible. I left out one ingredient for theirs. You need paprika. Sorry. I had to take a second because my eyes were on fire. They were on fire. And it hurt. A lot. So the first thing we need to do is we need to do a tablespoon. See, this is the problem. I don't have tahini, so I can't exactly do this right. But I mean, I'm gonna do my best. And that's all that matters, because I don't know where you get tahini. But you need like half a cup of tahini. I've only got a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And it wants a whole teaspoon of paprika, which unfortunately is the rest of that. That is the rest of it. I want you to whisk it. I don't have a whisk with me right now, so. Okay, so in case anyone doesn't have tahini or doesn't have a way to get it, so there are a couple of substitutes you can use. Almond butter, cashew butter, those things work. You can also use Greek yogurt, which is what I have. So we're gonna throw that in there. Apparently it's to make a creamy consistency. I had to look for a sub because I was like, there's no way. So, pretty much your entire cup of Greek yogurt is what you need there. Mix it with your W sauce and your paprika. I was like, this is ridiculous. I gotta find a substitute. And then I Googled it and I was like, aha! Kitchen witchcraft!
Oh, God, don't you love it when the recipe requires blood?
And then you have to add 2 tablespoons of water to this to thin it out. There we go. Then you need to take your rice noodles, because this is apparently for the noodles. Not for the meatballs. Okay. This is for these. So you have to have 2 cups of these divided. But 1 cup goes in the tahini. Alright, so you gotta toss these around in here until they are coated. So I think you're almost making a brittle out of these. So then these go on a prepped baking sheet with either a silicone mat, parchment paper, or grease. While I have access to them, I'm using these. So you gotta take these and spread them in a thin layer. And while this is going on, make sure you have your oven preheating to 250. Alright, so those are now in the oven at 250. They stay in there for 10 minutes. So I've got 8 minutes to do this next part, which is going to be a lot of fun, actually, because I get to pulverize some noodles, which normally I'd use the food processor, but again, I'm not home, so I get to use this. And I'm really excited about it. And that should probably worry you, but I'm really excited to just smash the crap out of some of these things. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Dog probably won't think so. He's probably gonna be like, hey, Casey, what the heck are you doing in there? But you gotta do your other cup of noodles in this bag. This is half a cup. So I'm doing it twice. There you go. There's that. Oh, they're out of the bag. So no one can hear them scream for mercy when I start going to town, beating them senseless like this.
I'm joking.
I think that's a pretty fine powder, don't you? Alright, so you take this and into your sausage and shallot mixture, which I'm going to go ahead and try to mix together a little bit. Now remember, I'm just doing this with their recipe first, and I'm going to show you mine. Because, yeah. I'm very biased when it comes to meatballs. Now, I'm not using a whole pound of sausage, so I probably won't use all of the breadcrumbs. But I will use quite a bit of them. are going to come out similarly to the Dead Man's Toes, taste-wise. So, we'll see what happens. But I think these are going to come out feeling more like those than they do. You know what? I actually might be using the rest of these. Alright, now we just go on and start forming these into balls. And putting them on a baking sheet. Okay, there's one. Normally these would be black, but as I have a lack of food coloring, they're just going to be meatballs. So my recipe. This is not all the ground beef you're going to need. About half of this is all you're going to need. I'm using this for a different one that I'm going to film pretty well right after this. So you need only half of this ground beef. So I'm going to just split that right down the middle there. Alright. And lift and plop. Alright. Plop that in. Plop your Italian sausage in. Mix that together. Get it good and incorporate it together. You want it to be nice and even. And this is before you even add anything. You gotta mix this stuff together. I want your sausage and your beef to become one. It's an amazing marriage, I assure you. Alright. So there we go. And this recipe I'm pretty sure I put in our Discord, so if you're not a member of our Discord, join the Discord. I'll throw some of my own recipes in there sometimes. Alright, that's good. Oh, it's cold. It's cold! I think you could probably get away with 1 egg, maybe 2. Let me see where I'm at after 1 here. So extremely meticulous whenever I'm trying to break eggs because I don't want shells. You're probably better off doing 2. You're probably better off doing 2. Usually that's what I have to use, is 2. Alright. Alright, it's 2 of those. Notice I'm not measuring anything. Need all of my shallot in the bowl. Get in that there bowl, please. Thank you. And then add garlic. To your desired garlicky texture. Me, I like garlic. So that's how much we're putting in. I don't know how much that was. The ancestors said that's enough. So that was enough. Debbie sauce. That seems about right. Cheese. I prefer Pecorino Romano. Get it in there. I want all of you in there. And Italian breadcrumbs. It has to be Italian. Mix it up, baby. Get down and dirty with it. If you're not getting down and dirty with it, you ain't doing it right. So there we go on those. That feels perfect. So I like mine to be a little bigger, but I can't do that or they won't cook at the same rate as the other ones. So just start forming them into balls. Okay, so the noodles are out. It says let them cool completely, and I'm pretty sure I did. I am pretty sure I have let them cool completely. But they are extremely flimsy, as I was afraid they would be. Because then you're supposed to poke them into your meatballs for spider legs. And I don't know how you're supposed to do that when they're really flimsy. This seems like a misstep for me. Or the recipe itself, really. But I mean, I'm gonna do my best. I don't know. They're really flimsy. So there's 4. You found a rice noodle down there, didn't you? Mugsy's behind me. Mugsy is behind me. I'm gonna try. Yeah, and increase that oven temperature to 375 so you can bake them. I really don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna give it our best shot. Hey. The answer is it doesn't. The answer is it doesn't. So I'd say you probably need to let them cook longer depending on your oven. Because this ain't it. This ain't it. These are too flimsy to go in the sausage. So we're just going with meatballs. They're not going to get to turn into spiders. But that's because of my error. I did not let these bake long enough, it would appear. I'll try one real quick, see how they taste. They taste fine. So these are going to go in until they're done. Alright, so while those are in the oven, let's do the... let's have some fun with the... sauce! That's the word! I've been up since 6 a.m., people. My body has been waking up on its own that early, and I've had it. I've had it. I'm over it. I'm ready to not be doing that anymore. Alright. So, to make this, you need a ½ cup of Dijon mustard. But it's so good. Alright. So, you got your 1/4 cup of mustard. Then you need a tablespoon of ACV. So, you need a tablespoon of ACV. So these are ½ tablespoons that I have right here. So, 1. That makes a hole. That makes a hole. Phew. And then you need a tablespoon of honey. Like I said, we're settling for molasses. Woo! Okay. Okay, so my first... You know, I say things run slow like molasses on a cold day. Molasses runs fast! Oh my! Okay, molasses is fast! Don't do that! No! Then a ½ tablespoon of hot sauce. Okay. There. Now just mix it all together. Carefully. So you don't spill anything. It's not a super appealing color. But I'm going to try it on its own. That's a taste. That's a taste. I don't know that I like it. Maybe when I try it with one of the meatballs, it'll taste better. I don't hate it. It kind of tastes like honey mustard with a kick. It's hot honey mustard. I think I just made hot honey mustard. Or in this case, hot molasses mustard. Alright, they are done. I have cut them open to make sure they were done. And the one that I stuck, it's cute. I do like the spider. It is cute. But frankly, I think you could skip the whole soaking them in tahini thing and just take the noodles and poke them in while they're hard at the very end. But that's just me. So I'm going to do a taste first without the sauce and then with. This is one of theirs. It's very good. Quality control is waiting right behind me, guys. Look at that. It's good. I like it. Now, I'm gonna try it with the sauce. Sauce is alright. It's not my thing. It's not my thing, but it's alright. So let's see what quality control says. Hey, come here. Alright, tell me what you think. Well, he's looking at me for more, so that means it's good. Alright, here's the other half. There you go. So their recipe is really good, but in terms of meatball, mine are better. For the simple fact that theirs is a sausage ball. Come here, quality control. Come here. You like that? Oh, he ate mine faster. I think we have a winner. Another one? There you go. All right. Theirs is more just a sausage ball, which is great if you like sausage balls, and I do. That's why I think it was really good. But in terms of a meatball, I need ground beef and sausage and a lot more than that. Put those babies in some sauce. But all in all, this recipe is not just a bunch of hocus pocus, maybe the sauce, but you gotta like hot honey mustard basically to like that. And it was fine, but it's not my thing. Sausage balls are really good, but I wouldn't call them meatballs. I wouldn't call them meatballs. I'd call them sausage balls. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. It's free. It helps me. What helps me helps you guys get more great content like this. Whenever you're seeing this, I'm sure there is a Thursday night Twitch stream. Don't know what we're playing, but when you're seeing this, especially when you're seeing this, but when you're seeing this, we could be playing Jackbox. I don't know. We're playing something on Thursday night on Twitch at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Excuse me, I have the hiccups now. And then I'm sure there's also a Black Flame Gaming stream on Saturday night here on YouTube. Again, I don't know what game we're playing, but Editing Casey will hook you up, and that's at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're regular on this channel, please remember to drop a like, share your thoughts on both of these recipes, mine and the one from the book, down below. I'm Casey Zogelman, a.k.a. the Fourth Sanderson Sister, and I'll see you witches and wizards later.
I am